So this is kind of embarrassing. I had over 3,000 photos on my phone. It was photos, videos, a combination of photos and videos, screenshots, and whatever else you want to call the data. And so I'm getting ready to go. I'm preparing for Egypt. And so I need to clear out some space on my phone. And I noticed that I just had stuff. And so I didn't really have a storage problem. I had just issues deciding what deserved to be kept out of all the things. So I've been on a little journey the last few weeks, probably longer than that, because this is not the first time this has happened. But so here we are, figuring out what exactly is happening here and how can I prevent this from happening again. So what I've learned so far is putting things in albums and then transferring things over to my drive. I do have iCloud too, but certain I have all the things backed up and then it's a certain amount of storage you can have before you have to pay and all the things. So I've been working this out. And I don't have to have all the answers, but I am learning to put systems in place so I just won't repeat the issue. Okay. So let's go back before that. I'm from the generation where we had photo albums. All the pictures are in the photo albums. You get out the photo album, you show her, these are the kids, and this is this person. And then here come smartphones where you can just take the picture, there it is on your phone. This is your digital photo album. So, you know, whatever. Things keeping track of family, holidays, funny moments when your kids are small. That was always the highlight, right? Trips, food. Oh, that's one of my favorites. I love taking pictures of food. Like if I create something, I'm like, oh, that looks good. And sometimes I post them, mostly not, mostly not. So when I first got my first smartphone, I was so excited. I'm like, this is the life. It was so easy. It was so easy just to take the picture, but it's like not that easy getting the photo off, right? But it was a good way to start documenting things in real time, like progressions. That was a step up from the photo albums because you may have a picture of Johnny, and Johnny is 21. Like, what happened to, oh, here's the other picture. Maybe you have a picture of Johnny in the between years, but you could now take a picture of Johnny every day if you want to. So taking pictures became easy, but managing the pictures was another story. I've been working through that this midlife for a while, okay? But I learned that I love the actual memory. I loved having that on hand to be able to just share and just, be excited about it, right? So I took many pictures when my kids were small. Well, when my daughter came along, that's when I started. I had a flip phone at that time, and I would take pictures with the flip phone. Well, I never got those pictures off of that flip phone. I think I still know where the old phone is, but trying to get those pictures off, that's another story. I'm not sure I still can't. And these were like newborn pictures. Like, what was wrong with me at that time? I don't know. But I think I was just getting into having a phone where I could take pictures like that. And these were like, I mean, I have the milestone pictures, but these are like day to day. I don't know what kind of mind from. I think I was just coming into all the technology with that because I remember when I got my first email. Like that's how old I am. So, I don't know. So I'll tell you though, when I have pictures now, just deleting them, it feels weird. It feels weird, very weird. Holidays, places that you visited, it's just like, am I going to erase the memory if I take away this picture? Snoop it. Stop. That's my rabbit. Does knowing I could lose an important memory make me more likely to keep things that aren't actually important? That is the question. So it's trying to figure out what exactly is important to me. I'm still trying to figure that out. So my phone became my filing cabinet. So, like I told you in previous videos, that I love quotes. So, and I like to create quotes. So, if I found a quote, I'll take a picture of the quote as a reminder of something, or just I, I feel like keeping it is just a reminder of where I was in that mindset. So, I have the quotes. I may have different events, like places, like food, new restaurants. Instead of saving them in my, which I could save them in my maps, I would take a picture of the post. I'm like, okay, I might want to go visit that restaurant. Why not put it in? I just thought about that. Why didn't I put them in my Google Maps? You know, you can save things there, but I would take screenshots. Okay. So my quotes, my affirmations, posts around food, training information. So if I learned something in my training, take a screenshot and have it there. But things passed, right? So why am I still holding on to that training? Why not file it away? Ideas. If I have an idea that comes up, I may take a screenshot and then write on the actual image. I mean, that adds an extra layer to excitement when you can actually write on the image of take notes and you have it there. It's like it's readily available for me. And then things I might share socially. Stop. Things I might share socially that, okay, I might want to post this. So let me keep this here so I don't put it somewhere else and forget about it because I really may want to do this. Or different food combinations. I like to mix and match different things. So I'm like, oh, this might work. So let me take a picture of this. And then maybe, just maybe, I'll actually create whatever it is, right? Then you look back 6 months later and instead of 100 photos, you have 500. Instead of 500 photos, you have 1,000. Instead of two, you have 3,000 photos. Like, what happened? What happened? Every screenshot I didn't organize was basically a decision I told my future self to make. I didn't do anything with that. So I'm telling you, it's been a challenge. Just remembering, why did I keep this again? But do I need to get rid of it? Instead of, what if I would have just taken care of it? If during that week I'm not using it, why am I still holding on to it? Why? All right, so selfies. I love taking selfies. Take a selfie, especially if I feel like, I'm feeling confident for that day and I'm like, okay, I feel good. Let me go ahead and take my selfie. Well, one turns into two, and then before you know it, you have a burst of 10, 11, whatever. You don't have to keep all those, or you don't have to keep all the different poses. Decide on one or two, unless you're going to post them. But I'll tell you, I rarely look back at all of those poses. I mean, I'm feeling myself that day with that. And it's cute. Or maybe it's an outfit combination. Maybe put it in a folder called fashion and maybe move it off your phone, something. But 10, do we need 10 different poses? I don't know. So this is what I did. This is real time. I'm telling you, my thought process is through this entire thing, getting rid of 3,000 pictures. And I'll tell you towards the end how many I have now on my phone and what I'm going to do to make sure that does not happen again. So I started a folder. Well, first I started an album called Selfies 2026. And then after I went through all those and say, okay, I don't even need all these different poses. Then I have Selfies for 2026, a folder in my Google Drive for Selfies 2026. Now, the goal, I put that in a folder that has use for 2026, file or delete. So I have that. So I'll know I'm giving it a job. If I haven't used that by the end of the year, I need to either, if I'm going to keep it to see my age progression, or I need to delete. Because I can tell you, I have so many selfies over the years, and I look when I'm looking for something else, and then I see old selfies because I didn't organize them all as selfies, and I'm like, oh, why did I keep this? Delete. Like that is bandwidth. That's space. That's space. The space that I've stored space that I'm taking up. Oh my gosh. So that's just one way. Maybe that'll help you. That actually helped me. So let me take a drink to that. And before I move on, as a reminder, subscribe to at the Midlife Time Traveler. This YouTube channel is all about reclaiming your time, your energy, your talent, and figuring out what you want your next stage, your next chapter in life to look like, rediscovering it. There's something that's always been there, but maybe you just forgot or got distracted. And so this is your reminder to reconnect. And so I look forward to connecting with you more on this channel, making sure you turn on the notification bell. That way you won't miss a thing. So let's get back to this 3,000 plus photo. Digital, I have a problem. Digital hoarder. And I don't take that lightly because there's something more to that. Just something more. We're getting into that, okay? So some screenshots actually deserved to stay. Yes. Okay. I didn't delete everything. Some quotes and some affirmations, they still matter. They're used to encourage me to keep moving forward. They have their place. They represent things I needed during those particular time moments in my life, and they're still needed. So instead of leaving them buried among all the things, they actually have a place. So I have a folder called I Win. I Win. And so I know when I need to go back to that, to be encouraging myself that I win, I have those that I need to keep. So, same with food pictures. I'm still kind of working through that. I deleted a lot of the food pictures that I was like, why did I keep this? I'm not going to make this again. Maybe that was a sign. Maybe that's why I kept it, but I decided to delete it. But I do have a folder in my drive that has some food pictures, like from restaurants I have a little star that says my go-to meal prep. So things that I actually wanted to, you know, prepare again, I have those. So when I go to the go-to meal prep, I know, oh, that's a good combination because it really, I was full after eating all that and it was good. So I gave it a job, deleted what I didn't need it, and then gave what I needed a job. Still not an end all. Eventually, I still need to go because from the past, this is something new. I got all this stuff from the past in my drive that does need to be cleaned out eventually because of terabytes. But that's another story. That's another. We're not going to bother with that. We're going to focus right here because that's what's mattering. This is what's getting my time before my trip right here. This is an immediate need. Oh gosh. So the goal wasn't to delete my digital files. It was to make what I kept worth finding again. Make it worth finding. So I won't be like, okay, make it worth finding. And see, my earrings are fading off. It's the way I have my camera situated in the background. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, I digress. You see, you like my earring? Got these from the Walmart, like, I don't know, last year. And it's someone in Publix was like, "Oh, I love your earrings." It's like I wear Halloween earrings year round also. So young girl. Like, okay. I was like, oh, okay. Like, but really when I bought them, I like, even though it was around Halloween, um, I didn't buy them because they were Halloween. I just liked them. So I was like, I'm gonna wear these. I just liked them. Okay, girl. I digress. All right. This is the question. And you may be asking yourself this about me. Maybe. Did I declutter or just organize my clutter? I know you're probably thinking about that, right? Did she just organize her clutter? Ah, did I actually delete that much or did I just move everything into folders? Okay. Because organization can feel productive. Everything looks neat. But if you have 500 unnecessary things arranged beautifully in folders, you still have 500 things. So there's a difference between organizing and eliminating, okay? And there's a need for both. So I did eliminate a lot of things I did not need. I went through every single thing and made sure that I was getting rid of what I did not need. There are a few things that had gray areas, just to be honest with you. And that's that use folder that I created. I put that stuff in there because I wasn't sure if I might want to use that for content, like visiting a park, Freedom Park in Charlotte, North Carolina. I did put some of those videos up in. It's a beautiful, beautiful park. And I'm thinking about reusing some of the videos where I had the water, pictures of the water, sitting by the water. However, I'm still thinking about keeping it because it was a nice event. It was a local event just for the memory. But there were several of those, and I deleted some, and some I have used because I'm not for certain if I'm ready to get rid of them completely. And so I did organize a lot of my things and then the question ones. So I did my best to try to make sure, and I put a lot of thought into this. I put a lot of thought into this because I was just like, no, do I really need this? So let me put this here. So it's not 100%, but I feel much better about my decisions than I have in the past. Like I was telling you, there's a lot of things that are in the folders from past things in my drive. that I eventually need to go through. But that's another journey of detachment. So we have to try to find a balance, definitely. Okay. I don't have it all figured out. So, speaking of terabytes, I discovered digital clutter that with digital clutter, I'm spending the next 14 hours cleaning every device and drive I own. I already did that. It was more than 14 hours. But when I wanted to decided I was going to talk about this, look, I'm not doing nothing else with that folder. I got enough room. I got enough space now for my phone. I am not going touching the rest of that stuff that I've had. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure. I know it's been more than 14 hours that I took my time because then I had to download, upload. Then I was trying to airdrop, saying, "Will airdrop be faster if I airdrop it to my laptop, or will it be if I download it, or what would be the easiest from my iCloud?" And then, but I gotta make sure because at one day I had accidentally deleted the album, and I was like, "Oh man, I gotta first delete the photos, so now I gotta look for the photos again." So it was too much. I don't want to do that again. So the other stuff will have to wait. The whole purpose of this video I'm making for you is to remind you that we do have to be mindful of the digital space as well. We have to be mindful because it not only clogs up our devices, it clogs here. That's, I'm thinking about what could I've done if I didn't have all that to do. Like, you know how many hours I could have been creating more content, or I could have been like prepping something else, more meals. I could have been working on another book. But no, I'm sitting here cleaning off my phone. You know how like that's embarrassing. So, but it wasn't a waste. It was, I have to remind myself that it wasn't a waste. It was a learning experience. I learned that I have to be intentional of how I manage my time. And that's not only working, it's with my digital footprint as well. My digital paper, my digital space, not only making sure I file things away, bills, we come, because we get bills in the mail. Go change it and make sure you do e-bills, but you may still want to print it out. I have one I'm printing out that I have a credit just to remind myself that I have a credit so I don't have to log in and I can go ahead and just mentally have that. And when I'm done, it's going to be discarded, whatever works. But we have our systems for the physical things, but we have to have systems also for our digital things as well. And I'm learning. It's taken a long time for me to learn, but I'm learning. But I got to do better. I got to do better because I wanted to quit, but I kept going. I kept going. Oh my gosh. So as we've gone through this, I realized that I rarely revisit a lot of those things. So it's like, why keep them? Why? I'm realizing, even though this is not like a medical, we're not talking about anything medical. However, we do have to kind of talk about that. This is the disclaimer. I'm not diagnosing anything. Please talk to your medical professional, your therapist. But there's some emotional attachment to things that we don't realize we have. And when we learn how to deal with that, it can take a huge load off. a huge load off. Like, will I remember? Like if it's something important, will I remember it one day? Like, will I remember that? Like, I no longer like journal everything about my kids. I had these books where I kept all the little things, milestones. The pictures became milestones after that. Like, will I remember those moments if I don't take the pictures? But do you need every day, every single day, a picture? So, learning how to detach, that it's going to be okay. We will remember what we need to remember. The milestones, keep those. Keep those little milestones because it's fun just to say, hey, look at you when you were 20. Like my son turned 20 years old. And I have a few, just a few. I did good. I have a few things I want to keep. Pictures. I always like to take a picture of us together just so I can see the height difference. Because over the years looking back, that's a moment. Like, oh, look how tall you were. For my daughter, too, just seeing her features change. It's like, oh, you're looking more like your dad. You're looking more like me. So those things you want to make sure you keep, but you don't need every picture of like every detail of the drinks to the cake. I mean, you want to take a nice cake picture, but do you need, we didn't have cake this year for my son. Like, he doesn't eat many sweets now, anyways. I always made some type of dairy-free cake or tried to find a dairy-free, gluten-free type cake, allergy-friendly. Okay. All my creations, that's funny to look at. But you start to notice what deserves your time. And that I think that was part of my learning experience, what I deserve to keep and what I deserve to let go. Snoopy, come back here. Come back. Thank you. Come back. Come back. Took off running in another room. Stay in here. He, oh, he's mad when he stomp. Come back in here. Come back. Come here. All right. All right. So that's one thing I want to leave with you to do some digging and see what emotional attachment you have to that and see how you can let it go if you need to let it go, or that may be the thing that you may want to keep. So I'm being more mindful and intentional now about the pictures that I take and the memories I want to leave and when and why I want to keep those. Okay. Let me go get him. Okay. He might get into something. I think I'm talking to myself. This is Snoopy. Look at him. Hey, Snoopy. Hey, Snoopy. You want to see? Let's see that you're on camera. He's out of breath. He's not that big. See, he's not that big. You gonna hold on. You're gonna take my hair. You're gonna take my locks. Come on. You go back over there and play. All right. Oh man. All right, now I have to resection my camera. Ah, there it is. All right. So, what you've all been waiting for. How many pictures are now from over 3,000? What is the total? I got grab it here. Okay. Drum roll, please. 74. 74. I am surprised at myself after hours of going through literally, physically, and emotionally, all the things. 74. I am super proud of myself. That is a great accomplishment. What's still on there? Some training that I'm actually working through right now. Yes, I have some selfies on there. Not a lot. And a few quotes, logos. So things that I'll be using. And my system is making sure I keep it clean daily, looking over as I add, because I find something to take a picture of and say, okay, I'm taking this. What am I doing with this? It's gonna have a job. It's gonna have a job. So I'll keep you posted how that works out. So again, why I decided to go on this journey was to clear up my phone for my trip to Egypt, making sure that I have enough space to take pictures of monuments, selfies in front of different monuments, selfies with my husband, with the group that we're going with, just making new connections, the food, making sure I have great pictures of food and whoever people that I want to connect with, any locals that want to take pictures and we can take pictures together, whatever friends we make, just pictures of nice, fun things and things that I can share with you when I get back as well. So I wanted to make sure that I have the space to be able to do that and not worry if, oh my gosh, I'm going to run out of space or I need to back up this, back up that. So I'm just excited. I'm excited about it. So I just thought of something too, because I do have a backup phone and I have more than one iCloud. I have an old iCloud and I don't think it's nothing on there because I didn't use it. I didn't start using iCloud until I don't know when. I and then I used to lose pictures years ago. But I just was reminded I had an old iCloud and for my other phone, I can use that for my trip too, because with right now my phones are synced. So what I put on one is going to be on the other. If I log into the other iCloud, I can use it for backup for like those little moments. I mean, I would hope I don't have 3,000 pictures again. I'm talking about backup. Did I learn anything? I gotta look, look, I gotta think about this thing. How many pictures do you need? Look, hey, look at this. Oh, we're gonna bring some AI into this right now before we say goodbye. Oh yeah. Hey there. So how many pictures should I take while I'm in Egypt?
Quality over quantity. Take as many as you want, but I'd narrow it down to a small daily set. Maybe 10 solid shots. And those should tell your story. One establishing shot, a few detail shots, one personal, and one that captures the mood. But for your channel, like 3 to 5 usable images per day is plenty.
So I don't know. 10 doesn't seem like enough for an Egypt journey. Are you sure?
Right.
Because I'm trying to share this with people on YouTube so they can kind of understand where I'm coming from.
Fair point. So for something as rich as Egypt, I'd aim for more than 10. That's might be too tight. Think in terms of buckets. Part, location, or theme, aim for 5 to 7 strong shots that you know you might use. Then allow extras for special moments or surprises.
Which one is
That
it?
way you don't feel lucked.
Yeah, you first you
Yeah,
said
25.
10. First you said 10,
Right.
then you said 25. Which one is it?
Thanks for stopping me. 10 was too strict. 20 to 30 per day as a capture goal is reasonable. Then curate 5 to 7 keepers for sharing so you don't drown in options. Keep it focused and show the story. Want a quick checklist so each day feels manageable?
I'll do that later. Thank you. But she's going backwards and forwards. First she was like, go 10 and then 25. Look, I got to make a decision. I can't rely on her to tell me what to do. But had some good points. Had some good points. Have a job for the photos. That's what I was talking about. So thank you for the confirmation. I need a job for everything. So, question. How many photos are currently sitting in your phone? And when is the last time you actually looked at most of them? Now, I don't want to shame you because maybe you're like me too, or maybe you have more. And you're like, she just judging me. I'm not. I really, I am judging myself. So please leave in the comments your number. No judgment, no judgment. Leave your number and let me know when was the last time you cleaned out your phone. Maybe we can help each other out. I guess maybe I'm not alone. I don't know. But I'll tell you, my daughter, she regularly cleans out her phone, which is like, wow, that's so responsible of you. Maybe. All right. Now, two, are you actually, if you declutter, are you actually decluttering or are you just moving around the mess? That's what we have to work on not just moving away or moving around the mess, but actually getting to the root of it and seeing how we can be better moving forward. So that's my whole premise to this video, just giving you a sneak peek of what I've been going through, and maybe you can relate. At the Midlife Time Traveler, we're sharing all the things. I'm documenting my journey of just reclaiming my time, my energy, my talent, and rediscovering what my next chapter might look like. And maybe that's you too. So come along this journey with me. Until next time, while you have the day, make the most of today. Bye for now. And here we go.